What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video, a new series I might add on. We are starting back in this room where I started my summer shredding journey last year. So we're gonna kick things off with a weigh-in. Now I'll be doing this every single day up until show day. Actually, scratch that, up until peak week I might add on. So yeah, this is gonna help me keep track of my progress, just to make sure I'm heading in the right direction. Again, I like to stress on that the number on the scale isn't an end all be all. It kind of just gives you a guide to just making sure you're heading in the right direction. So first things first, we're gonna do a little weigh-in. Last year I weighed in around the 160s. I've only weighed myself maybe a handful of times during the off season, so kind of curious where we're at right now. So yeah, I got my scale over here and I put it in the exact same spot as I had it last year. So yeah, I'm gonna set this down real quick and then we'll see where we're at. All right, so we got here 161.8. Now, if I remember from last year, that's gonna be like 2 pounds over what my last year's starting point was, so which I think is pretty good. I don't normally shoot up like to high amounts of weight during the off season. I like to keep myself more at a comfortable position, and usually in the 160s is kind of like where I'm most comfortable at. So I try not to go overboard when it comes to the whole gaining aspect during the off season. So with that being said, this is going to give me roughly about 12 weeks to kind of just cut down to who knows how much. Again, last year I feel like I dropped down to like in the 140s. I'm predicting to be in that area again, but just in the hopefully in the higher 140s. So we're gonna see how things goes. We're gonna take things slow and steady, but yeah, super excited to start this again. I've been itching to do another show since basically I ended summer shredding. So here we are again, episode 1. We're gonna get ready for the day, and then yeah, we're just gonna head to the gym and yeah, just get things started. Alright, so for those that don't know, this prep is going to put me through my 5th and possibly 6th show. I think I have that right. Summer shredding last year was my 4th one. Honestly, after doing that, it kind of got me thinking of like, what's next? What's the next challenge? Because the Summer Shredding Classic was my dream show. It was something that I never thought I'd ever do. Kind of see it behind the scenes all the time on Instagram, on YouTube, be following CG himself. And to finally be able to pull it off and do it, it's like that whole trip, that whole experience kind of just gave me a whole new perspective on how to approach my goals and honestly what was achievable in this world. Like I said in my little intro video I posted last week, with having done 3 shows locally and then finally my dream show in Houston, Texas. This prep right here is what made sense to me, and competing in a whole new environment, like especially in the States, kind of just again gave a new excitement to that whole process. For me nowadays, when it comes to like shows, I kind of want to try to venture out and just go to different cities and experience the environment there. Like at the end of the day, like I do this stuff to kind of like just challenge myself and honestly hopefully inspire whoever's watching. Like I'm just an average person kind of just going out there and trying to pursue like my goals and what I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to break outside the mold and try to start something new, and this right here is honestly part of that. So I'm super excited to kind of start this journey. It's gonna be a tough one. Being at 2 shows, I never done 2 shows in one single year before, so mentally I feel like it's gonna be draining, on top of everything that I kind of want to do in between that, because I do have other plans that I kind of want to execute during this time as well. And this will also be like the most pressure I've put on myself, because for past shows, I've never really cared about where I placed. Obviously, I wanted to do well in each show, whether placing 1st, 2nd, 3rd, whatever, never really mattered to me, because at the end of the day, it's an outcome that you can't control when it comes to competing. Like, you could work as hard as you can, but the outcome is kind of just decided by those right in front of you, the judges. But with this time around, with one of my goals having to be in Toronto, having to qualify for something, I have to switch it up a little bit. I have to care a little bit about the placing, because if I don't place well, then there is no second show, you know? So that's kind of lingering in my head. I know that from time to time is gonna get to me at a certain point. But yeah, that's a mindset that's gonna have to switch up a little bit. I'm gonna do my best to kind of keep my composure, keep cool, calm, and collected, and kind of, again, just have fun with it, you know? At the end of the day, this whole process is about improving yourself and just pursuing after what you want. But yeah, almost at the gym. We're gonna hit legs today. I'm just gonna be shooting for volume, a little bit of strength at the beginning since we are just starting off. I do want to keep my strength as high as possible. Set that standard for the rest of the prep. So just pulling up right now. Gonna crush this leg day and gonna also do a little physique update to show you guys my starting point. So stay tuned. Alright, solid leg day done. Really happy with the strength where I'm at right now as my starting point. But we are back in this room. I don't know if you guys remember this from the summer shredding series, but this is where I'm going to be doing the majority of my like check-ins, my I guess my posing as well as like my physique updates. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do honest physique update with my starting point. So I'll set this down real quick right over here. Hopefully this is a good angle. Start with the front pose. Back. Then we got the front again. Honestly, when you're posing in the off season, it is definitely different than when you're posing like all shredded. You start crabbing up real quick, so gotta get used to doing that all over again. But so yeah, that's my starting point. With that done, we're just gonna head to Walmart really quick, grab a few staples of different food items that I'll be using through prep. But yeah, catch you all in the next clip. All right, so just pulled up to Walmart, just sitting in the parking lot right now, but gonna do this little grocery run for y'all. I do have the majority of my protein sources already. So I do have my chicken, I do have my fish, kind of the main staples that I'm gonna be using through prep. So this run is gonna be more of like in-between stuff, like more so the carbohydrate sources, and then little things here and there to make up my whole nutrition plan. So yeah, hopefully you guys get some ideas off of this if you're in prep right now or about to kind of like, or just want, I guess, diet-friendly foods, if that makes sense. Who knows, you might see something you like, you might see something that you already use, but yeah, we'll head in right away and we'll pick up a few things. All right, so, but first things first, we're gonna grab some reusable bags. Oh geez, not sure about y'all, but I keep forgetting to bring these every time I go in the grocery store. So I always end up having to buy these and then I have a bunch of them at home, but luckily we got them ready. It's actually really warm right now for it being Winnipeg. Usually it's like minus 20, but actually feels pretty nice. Alright, so I discovered these like a week ago, and if you look at the macros, they're actually pretty good. Got 1.5 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs, and 8 grams of protein. Grab the strawberry one too, because it is 3 for $9. Ooh, one of my favorite sections, the energy drink. Now, I do have some already at home, but if you guys did want some recommendations, for sure pick up the peach of the new Monster, as well as the rainbow sherbet. I would say those are my top 2 favorites right now.
When everything reminds me of you, what do I say? I might as well just throw these words.
Now, I'm not gonna get this right away because I already have this at home, but this is the current bread that I use. This is the Sprouted Power. And surprisingly for a bread product, 20 grams of carbs per 2 slices with a good amount of protein as well. So really solid option in the morning. I'm gonna use this with my egg whites to make a little sandwich. But yeah. Alright, so as you saw, I picked up a few things. Didn't show you everything that I had got in store. just because at some point it gets difficult trying to film and holding all the items that you're carrying for groceries. So I'm gonna quickly show you the rest of what I got. Kind of saw the majority of it already. So I did add on something for my breakfast items. So right now I'm using these Kodiak cakes, these instant oatmeals. Typically I use the, man, it's getting, the sun's glaring, so we'll do it from this angle. But so typically I use cream of wheat during the preps, but I didn't want to switch it up for this year, just because it's still early, so I still have more flexibility with my carbohydrate intake. We're using the Kodiak cakes, instant oatmeal. It is 31 grams of carbs, 2.5 grams of fat, and 12 grams of protein per packet. So I'm gonna run this for a couple of weeks, and then I'm gonna switch over to my usual cream of wheat just to play on the safe side. So we're gonna be using this. I did also snag up some honey ham over here. So what I like to do during prep is to make breakfast sandwiches, and then I did touch on this in the store of why I'm going just the plain rice for the Uncle Ben's. So typically with my past preps, I normally have high amounts of sodium when it comes to my meals. That said, I always feel like when it comes down to sodium is that as long as you're consuming the same amount daily, whether it's high or low, your body will adapt to it. That said, wanted to experiment, try something new, try to lower that a little bit just to see if there's any difference, you know? And knowing that I'm using a new seasoning that I have at home, that's probably gonna add up to the same amount of sodium regardless. So that's why I kind of just went the plain rice route. And then yeah, with everything else, it's pretty much foods that I'm normally used to eating every day. Like I said, I do have like my typical chicken. I do have a chicken burger midday as well. That's kind of like what I've been eating pretty much every day. So with my prep nutrition, I try to keep it consistent and not to like go outside the box too much. That way it's easier to track, easier to monitor, easier to make adjustments if needed. But yeah, that's pretty much the grocery haul. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Maybe you guys got some ideas off of it of what to grab for your own plan. So yeah, we're finished up here. Catch you all in the next clip. All right, so currently at the store, just finishing up my shift here. And I kind of thought about it a little bit earlier, since I did a little grocery haul, kind of touching on the nutrition side of, I guess, where my starting point is. I was like, might as well just hit up the supplement side as well. So I'm gonna show you the current supplements I'll be taking during this prep. First things first, protein powder. Now with being on prep, I try to get a lot of my protein through Whole Foods, but I always sneak in the 1 scoop of protein just to help with my protein intake. I normally go with an isolate protein, which is what you see right here. Right now, I'm actually using this diesel protein. So upside with this guy, it is 0 carbs, 0 fat, so very lean on that end. That said, I do like to switch it up every now and then just so I don't get tired of like certain flavors, and kind of just mix it up to, I don't know, just to keep my sanity. And moving on over here, I also take multivitamins as well. Really helpful when cutting down, because you're gonna be burning a lot of calories. You're gonna be in a caloric deficit, so vitamin and mineral intake is essential to keep your body functioning as efficiently as possible. Also too, omega-3s, I sneak in that into my diet as well. Really good balance of DHA and EPA to help with your joints and brain function. So you might have heard the term prep brain. Some people get that. I'm usually pretty good keeping sane, I guess, with having the fish oils and the way, I guess, my style of nutrition is. And for strength, right now I'm currently using creatine monohydrate, but that's something also helpful to have as well, because you want to keep your strength up, give your muscles more of a reason to stay as you're cutting down. I am going to be switching over to an HCl version just to be more on the safer side, just because I know every now and then for some people, and I don't know if, like, for myself, I don't think I get this effect from monohydrate, but I know some people get water retention or feel bloated. But for me, like, I can't really tell if I get that or not. But again, just to be on the safe side, just to remove all factors, I'll be switching to the HCl version of creatine just to knock out those factors. And then now onto the fun stuff. I do take a lot of pre-workout during the prep, just to keep with my energy. Again, being on low calories, your energy will dip. So that's where these guys come in. So having a caffeine source like pre-workouts before your workout is essential to me. Now, some people could get away with it. I can't. I need that caffeine boost to get me going. I'm not super picky with pre-workouts. I kind of just goes with what tastes best. I've tried so many out there. At home, I have like Ghost as one of them. If I want a huge energy kick, I would go with something like Bash 27 or Rise over here. But yeah, pre-workout is kind of essential in my repertoire. And then for intro workout, I do like to add in EAAs just to help with a little bit of recovery and just keep myself hydrated during my workout. Last but not least, I don't take fat burners. I know that's a common supplement some people take, especially towards the end of their prep, because they want to burn that last little bit of fat. I've never had to take fat burners. I kind of just use cardio and lowering my macros to kind of deal with the fat loss. So far I've been able to get away without using fat burners. Don't think I'll need to use them for this prep. So helpful if you're kind of struggling losing the last bit of fat. But for myself, I don't use it. And I feel like that is pretty much it in what I use. Oh, one more that a lot of people probably don't know about. Another recovery supplement is this right here, HMB. So HMB is really helpful, again, to help with muscle recovery. I actually notice a big difference when I take it. You don't feel as sore the next day, and that allows me to kind of just push harder on consecutive days. So that is probably like one of I guess my essential supplements that not many people would know about or aren't as familiar with it. So if you guys haven't tried that in around prep, highly recommend adding that. It is really helpful. I think now that's pretty much it in terms of what I take. For some reason, I feel like I'm missing a couple or two, but I feel like you're gonna see it later in the vlogs as we go with the series. But I'm gonna set this camera down because I think I'm just gonna end this video off here. I think that's a good start for the first episode of this series. Kind of just touching on where my starting point is with my weigh-ins and with my nutrition and kind of what I have planned the rest of the way. So again, I'm really excited with the series. It's gonna be one of the hardest ones that I'm gonna be taking a part of, especially with everything that I have planned that I wanted to do outside of this prep that I'm gonna be doing at the same time. And yeah, honestly not sure what to expect. It is my first time going through multiple preps, so this is the first one, aka this is what I call phase 1. But hopefully you guys are excited about this series as I am. It's gonna be one long journey, I'm gonna say that. So yeah, be prepared for that. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. But yeah, that's episode 1. Catch you all in the next video.